Listen, Sean, we understand right now we're living in unprecedented times, and that can make car shopping just a little bit unnerving. But perhaps you're enjoying a few days off. Perhaps you've been thinking about it for months now during 2020. It's time for a new car. Well, guess what? You want to head down to Subaru this week, today, in fact, for their Share the Love event.
Absolutely. Burton Hughes is here, the general manager of Subaru of Las Vegas. Looking pretty handsome in the flannel there, sir. How are you?
Ah,
Well, I'm doing great, and I just wanted to rock the Portland look, I guess, or the
yes.
Pacific Northwest.
He's going to start an angsty a rock band at any moment now. You
Yeah.
see it in his eyes. Obviously, let's talk about it. There's been financial challenges this year. Some people might still have a job, but they're feeling a little bit, nah, what should I do? What do you say to somebody that might need a vehicle right now or can't afford the monthly payment that buying a car might entail?
Well, leasing is an exceptional option. Years ago, you used to have a very deep credit history and good credit and all that to get into a lease. And the banks realized that leasing is a great tool for people who are just getting started. As long as you've got good credit, especially if you're a recent college grad, you've got some great things going for you. But leasing is a great way to start the ownership process. Maybe try the car for 2 3 years, and then if you like it, a lot of people come back and they buy the Subaru that they've been leasing because they love it so much,
Mm.
or just turn it in and get a brand new one.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's kind of a win-win. If you're someone like me who I kind of get attached to a vehicle, so I'm more apt to keep a car. My husband, on the other hand, loves to trade it in and get a brand new one. That's very attractive to him. It really starts off as a financial decision, I think, and people can weigh the benefits. But tell me some of the advantages of walking into Subaru and maybe being a first-time leasee.
So usually to get into a lease, it is less of a down payment. We have a number of leases that don't require any down payment, and so it really is. It's easier to get into a lease, and Subaru is unique among brands in the fact that they have earned the ALG Automotive Leasing Guide top award for 5 years now
Wow.
for the highest resale of any brand, which means that your lease
Hmm,
payments are going to be lower.
Because ultimately, what ends up happening with the
awesome.
lease payments is you're paying off the amount that it depreciates. So by the time your lease is
Yep.
done, you can like, all right, you want to buy it for the remainder. That's what it depreciated. But if it doesn't
Mm.
depreciate much, then essentially you're just driving around for a while and you're like, yeah, there's a couple thousand, you're good. Not bad.
And here's another thing.
Yeah.
Because Subarus hold their value so much, oftentimes people will sell their car or trade their car in, and it's worth more than what the buyout or what the payoff is on that lease.
Really? I hadn't even
Yes.
considered that that would ever be a possibility. I always think things are gonna depreciate. Wow.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Hmm,
And so,
cool.
if it's their first time leasing the Subaru, what's the process like? What do we have to know about leasing
Mhm.
if it's the first time we're going into it?
Well, obviously, you you can go online and you can actually get pre-approved for a lease,
Hmm.
and you'll know your payments. You'll know what the upfront costs are, or if there are any upfront costs, and so it really is a simpler. It's even a simpler process than purchasing a car. There'll be the usual credit application, but it is amazingly simple and painless to do it, especially with our stress-free pricing and our non-commissioned salespeople.
Which is excellent.
Stress-free pricing, non-commissioned salespeople.
Yeah,
Interesting. I bet that changes the dynamic when you meet someone out on the yeah, out in front of the dealership. Yeah,
yeah.
you know what I'm
You
saying?
get
That's
one
interesting.
person that's there to help you rather than a flock of them. They're like, ah, you
Yes.
ready?
Can I help you? Can I help you? Can I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really
totally.
it's a different experience. There are special offers for those who are looking to buy, though. I mean, this is why 2020, for whatever reason, it's been a
Mm,
weird year, but my goodness, cars have been flying off the lot, and the
yeah,
financing deals are
wild.
incredible right now.
Yeah, Subaru has been doing a great job. Our finance partner is Subaru Motors Finance, which is Chase, JP Morgan Chase Bank, and they have come up with some great rates as low as 0% on a number of our models. They've been extending that 0% to some of the new 2021 models. And yeah, it's just a really perfect time to buy. Add that the Share the Love event, as JJ mentioned, and it's just it's a great time.
That's right. In fact, now through what, January 4th, you are donating to a charity. Now, do people have the option of choosing which charity their donation goes to?
Yes, they do. We have two hometown charities, Red Rock Search and Rescue and the Discovery Children's Museum, or four national charities that we're all very familiar with. Make a Wish, Meals on Wheels, the National Park Foundation, and also the ASPCA. And
Oh,
so they can choose from any of those or all of those.
Great way to give back and
awesome.
a great way to get into some new wheels as well. Burton, it's great seeing you, my
Hmm.
friend.
Thank you, Burton.
Goodness. Thank you so much.
All right, the Share the Love event running through January 4th over at Subaru of Las Vegas. They're right there on the 215 between Rainbow and Jones on the south side of that. And if you want to learn more, you can go to the website or call the number you see right there on your screen. Subaru of Las Vegas, proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.